Hey guys, it's Vera Wylde, and it is time for another installment of Dear Vera. So, as you know, I am taking your questions, anything related to cross-dressing, and answering it as best as I am able to. It's a little bit like Dear Abby, only more fabulous. So, we'll get right into it. And this one actually has a title to it. It says, The Law and Us. Here are a few questions that they did not answer in my trade class. Is it legal to cross-dress in public? If we are driving around town and an officer saw and suspected us as cross-dressers, would they have probable cause to stop us for a crime? Of course, our IDs would not look like us. Is that a crime? What should we cross-dressers do when and if we are stopped by an officer? Who should we call if we felt our civil rights are violated? Do police cross-dress too? Etc. Thanks, Marie Dome. So, Marie, this is the first time anyone's asked me that, and I did a little bit of research just to be sure that I knew what I was talking about, and for the most part, no. Cross-dressing is not illegal in and of itself. Now, that said, depending on how conservative the town you live in is, they may try and find excuses to hassle you or maybe even stop you for things that are related to cross-dressing, but strictly speaking, they cannot arrest you for cross-dressing. However, if you are in a more conservative area, more conservative town, you are going to want to still be very careful if you're going out in public, because depending on how you are dressed or how you are carrying yourself, they may still try and give you some hassle on the basis of indecent exposure, if you're wearing something really, really skimpy, or possibly even disturbing the peace if you are doing anything that they would consider over the top, hollering on your way down the street, and it may be stuff that you may not even think about. But that's where you need to be a little bit more careful. Now, in regards to your inquiry about whether your ID has to match exactly how you look, well, no. Many of us don't look like our IDs. We get haircuts, we lose weight, there's all sorts of reasons why we don't look like our photo ID. That does not in any way invalidate your ID or somehow create a crime in and of itself. So that shouldn't be something you have to worry about either. Do police cross-dress? Well, yes. If there's one thing that my time, putting myself out there and taking your questions and all that has taught me, there are cross-dressers in absolutely every walk of life and in every part of the country. Doesn't mean that they're out and about and going to be open about it. But, so, ultimately summing it all up, no, cross-dressing is not a crime. You have every right to wear whatever types of clothing you want, so long as they are in line with any indecent exposure laws that may apply in your area. Those sorts of laws can vary not only from state to state, but from town to town. So it would not hurt to look into those sorts of laws that are on the books in your town if you have access. Well, of course you have access. It's public record. But if you're in a more conservative area, it wouldn't hurt to do a little legwork and a little research. As to who you should contact, really, any lawyer should do. If you feel like your civil rights are being stomped on and you don't know who else to turn to, the ACLU is always a good place to get a bit of guidance as far as what your rights are and what they are or are not allowed to do to you as far as authority figures treating you and how you are dressing and behaving. So I hope that was helpful, and until next time, guys.